I'm going to start assembling this guitar to the point where I can make a pickguard for it. So first things first, I'm going to plug these old mounting holes. Ideally, what I would use to fill these holes in is some dowels. So what I'm going to use is toothpicks, which if you think about it, are kind of just little dowels. Just going to put some super glue in the hole. Let's get some glue, make sure these are fully covered with glue. And then I'm just going to drive them in a bit. And just repeat that for all 3 other holes. Now I'm just going to cut them off with some side cutters. And I'm just going to sand them down. So that looks as good a spot as any for this neck plate. So the next thing I got to do is locate my bridge. I'm sure many of you will cringe to see me using a tape measure to do this, but I don't care. So I got 25.5 inches on the nut, the front edge of the nut. And then we come down to here, and I'm on my saddles. I got this bridge lined up perfectly on the center line. And just to double check, I've got my square. So this bridge is centered and square on the center line. Just gonna screw the bridge in. Now that the bridge is in, we gotta install the spring claw, the springs, and of course the screws that hold the spring claw on. So now what I want to do is actually put a couple of the high E and the low E string on here, just so I can make sure my neck is lined up properly. So that means I got to put a couple of the tuners back in. Okay, so we got our nut in there. Now I just got a high E and a low E string. Just gonna string it up. Okay, so I got the high E and the low E string on, and it's looking good. We got a nice amount of space on either side of them, going all the way down the fretboard. That means we put the neck and the bridge in the right spot, on the right angle. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit stressed out about that. Now we can finally start working on our pickguard.